Today we're going to talk vacations. Woohoo!
Hi, for those who don't know me, I'm Jocelyn Martin. I am a mom of three young little ladies who keep me on my toes. I am a certified personal trainer and holistic health coach. So, if you are into all things healthy living, small little steps in order to help you to live your best life, then subscribe to this channel, stay put right here, and let's get to know each other a little bit better.
Okay, now before you think I'm just here to talk about like the last fabulous vacation that we just took, that is so not what this video is about. This video is actually about the differences between vacations in your real life and how you can use taking a vacation to really examine if you're on the right track of where you want to be going with your life. Because let's face it, oftentimes when we are doing the day-to-day, we get stuck in a rut. It's kind of like Ground Hog Day, if you've ever saw that movie with Bill Murray. You're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And oftentimes, if you're like me, your to-do list is so long that you are just going through the motions. You're kind of on autopilot, not really taking a moment and not having the time to take a moment to really reflect if you are headed in the right direction. Now enter in a vacation. Yeah. Like whether or not you enjoy being up in the mountains and the solitude, or you enjoy sitting on a beach with a Mai Tai. It doesn't really matter what your idea of a vacation is. A vacation breaks you from the mundane. It takes you away. It gives you that opportunity to relax, but then also to reflect. Now, this is exactly what just happened for my husband and I when we just went away on vacation. The first few days, it was just all about like disconnecting from what real life was like. Because let's face it, when you're on vacation, there really is no to-do list. Sure, you might still have little rugrats running around like asking you for stuff, but for the most part, your main worries are, what are we going to do today? Where are we eating? That's pretty much it. It's really, really basic. And it allows you that space to start to really recharge, rest up, and then to start to think. Now, you got to have enough time to be able to do that. And ideally, if you can completely get away to a different spot than where your current life is. So think of like a vacation away versus a staycation. The benefits are even that much more beneficial because you really are in a new location. And that new location and the new things that you're experiencing and seeing and smelling re-trigger your brain. So you have different synapses that are actually firing and connecting. And that awakens different regions of your brain to see life, to see experiences in a new way. That's exciting, right? That's why we go on vacation, to get away, to create a new experience. So this is exactly what happened for my husband and I. After we had those first few days of just like getting out of the mundane and recharging and resting up, we were able to have some really, really great conversations that really connect you. Because if your life is like mine, I spend the majority of my day in front of a computer or on my phone. And all of these things are supposed to connect us, right? Like thinking about what I'm posting on Facebook next, what I'm doing for my business next, what the next marketing plan is, reaching out to clients. All of those types of things, are supposed to connect us. But instead, I'm so in my phone that I'm constantly in a reactive mode. I'm either reacting to something that's from the past, or I'm getting ready to react to something that's going to occur in the future. I'm never really in that present moment. So yeah, I'm that mom sitting at gymnastics, at swim meets, at track meets, on my phone, constantly in this state of reaction. That's okay, but it never allows me to fully be present in the moment. And while we were on vacation, you get that opportunity where you don't have to react. So we were able to stay in that present moment, and it's so much more enjoyable. You see so many more things. And life becomes much more peaceful, because let's face it, life is on, like, I don't know about you, but I often feel like I'm going 200 miles per hour, and I'm wondering if that 200 miles per hour is even getting me in the area that I want to go towards. So we were really reflecting as to how fast life was going for us, not just for us, but also for our kids. We have 3 daughters. Our oldest will be leaving the house in 5 years. We have 5 years left with her under our roof before she heads off to college. I don't want to be spending that time constantly in my phone or on my computer in this reactive mode. I want to be able to be in the present moment with her and have conversations with her and enjoy the time that we have together. Nor do I want to teach my kids this constant state of busyness where I'm just going from one task to another to another. I want to be able to teach them, the values that we have as a family. So we started thinking back about times when we did have those things where life didn't feel like it was going at 200 miles per hour, where we didn't feel like we were constantly on our computers or on our phones, constantly going from one to-do list task to another, be it family or work or the house. And reflecting, right? That's that reflective phase on when things were like that and what was so different about those times. And it really came back to our foundational values of faith and family, and putting faith and family first. The busyness of life kind of got in the way. But that's the point of a vacation, is to see that, okay, I might have gotten off track a little bit here. So now what? And having those conversations and planning that out, seeing where we wanted to go as individuals, where we wanted to go as a couple, and what our end goals were. It was such an uplifting and positive experience because we were really able to talk. There was nothing else. The phone wasn't ringing because everybody knew we were on vacation. The kids were occupied because we were on vacation. We had downtime just for ourselves to really think about that ourselves. I journaled. My husband went for walks on his own. So we had time apart to think for ourselves and then to come back together and really discuss things, but in a positive, non-charged environment where it wasn't an argument, but it was a true discussion about where we wanted to go. Was what we were doing right now taking us down that path? And we looked at big things. We looked at, our family as a unit, the 5 of us. We looked at ourselves as couples. We looked at ourselves as individuals. We looked at our finances. We looked at where we were living and what we were doing for work. We really looked at all of those big picture items, all of those things that monopolize our time and our worries throughout the course of the day. Because when it all comes down to it, you have 2 choices: to fight or to flight. And I constantly felt like I was in either or of those. And I wanted that middle piece, that feeling of peace and enjoyment. And our vacation allowed us to be able to have that reflective time. So I encourage you, when you're on vacation, to use that time to rest, to recharge, to reflect, and then to come back and plan ahead. So even before we left, we were already putting plans into place. We were already making changes. So one of the things that we did was install a family fun day and to connect without technology, no technology. So a lot of it was getting out into nature. And to have planned what we call family meeting time. There's no gavel involved, though my husband would love one. But we all talk about, since life is taking us in so many directions and the kids are getting older, coming together, and what do we all have on our plates for this week? When are we having time together? Where do we need each other's help and support to be able to get things done so that we can have that family time? Because most of the time that was all falling onto me, and that's not really fair now that the girls are older and now that life is changing for us. So it allows us that time once a week to communicate with each other and to plan for the life that we want versus just constantly being in that reactive mode. Have you ever used a vacation to do stuff like that? Or do you use a vacation just to disconnect, just to get away? Have you ever had a life-changing experience on a vacation that has caused you to completely change the trajectory of your life? I'd love to hear about it. And if this video brought any value to you, go ahead and click the subscribe box below. It tells me that you like stuff like this, that you're getting value out of it, so that way I can continue to bring you some more great value. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, enjoy the wonderful life that you are creating.